Welcome, guys. Welcome. Big day. It's Champions League day. Manchester United is playing Atalanta, and we are going to give a little update and a little prediction. It's only a few hours away. Right now, it's about 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning here. The game starts at 2 p.m. local time. So there's a few hours. I have a little bit of work to do before the game starts. I'm making this video really fast and quick because I'm heading out. Um, Champions League. We have, like I said in the other video the other day, we have 6 points. We're on top of the table right now. We will stay on top of the table with a victory. If we win, we will go up to 9 points. We will advance ahead away from Atalanta, who then will stay on 4 points. What happens in the other game against between the Villarreal and the Young Boys, we have to see. I think at this point it doesn't matter who wins that game or if they play a draw. If there's a winner in that game, we know for sure that that team who loses that game is out of the race totally. If Young Boys loses that game, we know that they can't go ahead in front of us. So, what's going to happen in this game? Atalanta against Manchester United in Italy, in Bergamo, or Bergami, or whatever the name is. Let's look at some injuries. We have a fairly healthy squad. Ahmad is back. Ahmad is back. Martial is with us on this trip. If he's going to play or not, I don't know. So we have a fairly healthy squad. We have 25 good players traveling down there. I saw a list that said I think Atalanta had like 3 or 4 players that was out and one was questionable. So we have to see how that turns out. But it's always difficult to play an away game in Champions League, regardless of who it is. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's like Malmö FF or whatever, when you go to their home field, it's always tough because these small teams, they always try their best to shut you down, and they become ultra defensive. I'm not saying that this is going to be the template for Atalanta, because Atalanta has to go out and try their best to win. If they want to have a chance to qualify for the Champions League playoff, 16 or 32 or whatever it is, they have to go out and win, because there's only 2 teams from each group that goes through. So if they lose today and Villarreal wins, and they have to play Villarreal later on, that's going to be a problem for them. So that might open them up in the back. That might open up the game a little bit. They can't be as reserved as they was in the first game. So they have to go forward. They have to go forward, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer knows this. So you're not going to go and see in this game. You're not going to see a Manchester United team that is ultra offensive or going like full out. You're going to see counter-attack football from Manchester United today. I'm pretty darn sure of that. So you're probably going to see our back 5. So you're probably going to see our 5-4-1. I'm pretty sure we're going to see our 5-4-1. I don't know, but I'm very sure. I can see this being a defensive setup from our side, and we're hitting them on the brakes, because that's what the table is dictating. Atalanta is kind of desperate. A draw is not good. It's not good enough for them. They have to win. We should win. We can get by with a draw. We can draw today and win against Villarreal and Young Boys, and we're good. As long as we get 10 points, we are good. If we get 7 today, we only need 3 points from the 2 last games, and we're good. But Atalanta is not in that position. They are in a totally different position because they're lagging behind, and they are right now on 4 points, the same as Villarreal, and they're only 1 point ahead of Young Boys. So a loss for them today is totally devastating. So that will open up the game for us. And what are we good at? We are good at counter-attacking. You might even see a 4-4-2 today from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because 4-4-2 is also a good formation to do counter-attacking on and with, because you have two strikers. So you can lay deep with eight guys, well, four, and then have a four, and then you have two that is like scouring. So if you use Ronaldo and Cavani, you start with those two, and later on you can, if things doesn't go the way you plans, you can change formation, maybe add Rashford and go 4-3-3. So there are possibilities here, many possibilities. But like I said, it's not going to be an easy game. It's not going to be an easy game. No games away from home in the Champions League is easy. Not even the home games in the Champions League are easy. So any fans who think that this is going to be an easy walk in the park, you should rethink what you're watching. Now, as for scoring, I think it's going to be a very tight game. I don't see a lot of goals. I don't see a lot of chances. I think the majority of this game will be played out in the midfield with breakdowns and stuff like that. You will see a lot of build-ups, but how many chances will we see? How many shots on goals will we see? Hard to say from either team. I mean, so far as a scoring prediction, this is a tough one. I can see both teams scoring goals. I'm going to go in the traditional, the very, very traditional Atalanta, Manchester United 1-2. I think we can win this game 2-1. So my prediction for this game is Atalanta 1 and Manchester United 2. And we have a win of 2-1. That will put us up. It will solidify our top of the table standing. We will go from 6 to 9 points. It will leave the Atalanta at 4 points, which means we are 5 points ahead of them. We don't have any head-to-head games against Atalanta anymore, so we then rely on them to either lose a point against Villarreal or Young Boys to be sure that they are not in the running. A draw between Villarreal and Atalanta in their heads-up game would be perfect. And in the other game today, Villarreal against Young Boys, I think that's a very important game for us as well. What would be a good... Well, I think, if Young Boys would beat the Villarreal, we are looking at an upset. And I don't think that would be good. I think the best thing would probably be a draw or a Villarreal win. Because the further behind Young Boys can become, the better it is, because we don't need 3 or 4 teams fighting for 2 places. If 3 teams are fighting for 2 places, that's better. But as long as we beat Atalanta, it keeps us in the driver's seat, because the next game is for us, Villarreal away. So if we win today and we go to Villarreal and we get a draw, everything then is settled. We are through, and most likely as a first seed. And then we finish at home against the Young Boys and we win that game, and we are at 13 points, and we are the first seed. And that's what we want. We want the first seed place in the group. If we get the second seed, it's not it's not totally bad, but you get a tougher opponent in the final rounds. But if you can get the first seed, you get a little bit lesser of an opponent. Who we meet in the next rounds are totally based on draws. But you have seedings. So what do I want to see in the other game? I said yesterday in the video that I don't want to see a draw, but you know what? A draw in the other game would put Villarreal at 5 points. It would put Young Boys at 4. Atalanta will be at 4. We will be at 9. And we are playing Villarreal and Young Boys, both of them, in the 2 upcoming games. Villarreal and Young and Atalanta are meeting each other in the last game. So yeah, it's gonna be tough, because Atalanta meets Young Boys in the next round when we meet Villarreal. Uh, so you basically see that, okay, Atalanta will win against Young Boys most likely, so that will put them up at 7. So it's still an open group. With a win today, nothing is said and done. Even with a win today, we have to have, if we win today, we still need 1 point after this. 1 point to be safe and secure in advancement. So it takes 10 points to advance because you can't rely on the other team's results. So okay, the prediction is I need to run. The clock is ticking here. My prediction for this game is Atalanta 1, Manchester United 2. I think we will see a goal from Ronaldo, and I think we will see a goal from Cavani. So 2-1 win to Manchester United. I gotta go. See you later, guys.